Hello, today I'm making a journal page and I'm using this Flamingo die and stamp set from Lawn Fawn, and I'm going to use a page in my book which I've already done. So this is where I've cleaned my brushes off and my stencils, stamps, etc. I'm using warm lipstick, salty ocean, picked raspberry and cracked pistachio distress oxides. I'm just going to add a bit more colour to the page in the blue, so the salty ocean. I'll just put that down on the mat, spritzed it, and we'll scooch the page through it and then dry it off. Now I'm going to use some watercolour cardstock and some of the distress oxides in the worn lipstick and picked raspberry. Again, I'm putting that on my heat mat and spritzing it, smooching the card through it, and this is what I'm going to stamp and cut my flamingos from. I'm going to use my press to impress to stamp the flamingos onto the cardstock that I've just prepared. I'm going to use jet black archival ink, and I will be positioning the stamp to pick up the most of the different colours, because obviously there's some spottier bits and there's darker and lighter bits, so I want to make sure that I can use all that to give different tones to the flamingo. Now my flamingo is stamped, I'm going to die cut it. So I'm just obviously positioning that over the stamped image, and then I'm going to tack it down with a bit of low tack tape, so a bit of masking tape. And I've run it through my die machine and magic, it's cut out. Now it's time really to just fiddle and play about and position things, stamp in some extra bits and pieces and create my journal scene. So you will have noticed that I've used the other flamingo that's facing the other way and just stamped them in pink along the scene, because I want my stamped one on the card to stand out, and I also want that to be going in the opposite direction because I think it will work well with the sentiment, which I'm now putting together and I'm going to be stamping out in jet black archival ink. And it says, "Oh, the place is your flamingo girl." And then I'm just adding a few other of the tiny stamps in the background just to bring everything together, again using the distress oxides. Next I'm going to take a jelly roll pen and just fill in some of the bits and pieces on the flamingo. So I'm obviously colouring in the beak there, and I'm also giving her some eyelashes, which you probably can't see, but yeah, that's why I'm doing that. And I'm using the Kiritaki real brush pens just to create a border. And then I'm going to go around the words with a white gel pen just to make them pop. I'm not going around the whole of the sentiment, just the word flamingo. And then I'm taking a Zig Millennium pen and I'm just going to add a few more touches to the border just to create a bit more interest. So I'm just really cross hatching on the border there with the black pen, and then a few like zigzags, like sort of Zs or any just tiny marks, anything will do. And finally I have to stick my flamingo down. Possibly a bit too much glue there, but I managed to work it and spread it out a bit. And there she is, just wiping off the excess glue around the edge. And the page is done. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave me a thumbs up and a comment. Cheerio.